Good morning, friends. It gives me immense pleasure to be here again for my favorite topic, project-based learning. Today, I am going to discuss about writing a project report or a research paper. I am Dr. Dwivedhi, professor from Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad, India. In today's topic, I am going to discuss about how to write a research paper, research and the planning, write a research paper and the revision of the paper. So, I will discuss here that how to write a research paper, planning, research and the writing. These are the topics which I am going to cover, because what I feel that if you see our olden time, India was very great. Lot of universities were here, but we could not able to document our work. Lot of philosopher, scientists, so many people were there in India, but if you see our work, documented works, scientific work is not very much documented. It is our duty to, whatever we do, we should write and also we should upload on a online platform so that your work is saved. Your work should not die, because you may feel that your work is not good, but after some time people will recognize that, yeah, your work is excellent. So many people will cite your work. That makes the difference. I really feel that if you do some work and it should be recognized by some of the people, then I feel that is everyone has to write the work which you have done. You should not go without writing anything. So, what is a research paper? So, the research paper is in-depth consideration of a topic or a research question. So, what is the meaning of research paper? In this, you are in-depth, you are understanding. You are doing the research. Any questions or any problems, statements are there. You are trying to understand, you are trying to in-depth knowledge on that topic. Present an original thesis statement. So, you have to present an original thesis statement which is to be followed. Engages with primary and the secondary sources. Your work, the writing, it should be engaged with the primary and the secondary sources. Contribute something new to the field. Whatever work you are doing, it should be something, it should be new. Then only it will be called the research paper. So, stages of the writing research paper. We have the 3 stages of writing the research paper. Research and the planning, then writing and the revision. We have the 3 stages, and these 3 stages I am going to describe in my today's lecture. So, research and the planning, writing and the revision. So, first one is research and planning. So, how we can do the research and how we have to plan our research work. That is the objective of this class. Understanding your assignment. First thing is, we have to understand that what work we are doing, and in this, what are the questions which we have to answer. So, first question we have to answer, when is your deadline? Whatever you are writing your paper, you should know that how much time you have. You have 1 week, 2 week, 4 week, 1 month, 2 months or so. You have to specify that how much time I have, so that accordingly I have to write my project assignment. What word count are you aiming for? In this paper, how many pages are there? How many figures will be there? How many words? How many it is a single column, double column, what is the font size, everything you have to decide. What is the goal of the assignment? Why we are writing this paper? The goal should be known, that I want to publish the work in this so-and-so journal. So if you know the goal, that this is my goal and the last date of submission of my paper is on so-and-so date, before 2 or 3 days I have to complete fully. Then you have to give to your guide or your teacher who can see that yes, it is okay or not. He or she will give some suggestion. Try to improve. At the no cost, before 24 hours has to be in 100% perfect shape. Then only you have to go ahead. What topics can you write about? And you have to discuss what topic you want to write the paper. So now, how to choose a topic? That is the next question. So, clearly define narrow down your topic. Because a layman will give very big issues which is not in the scope of solving the problem. So a good person or the knowledgeable person will make it as a point. You discuss about this point. You have to find out one point, about that you have to write. Not, I will give the example. You see that designing and fabrication and the testing of a gas turbine engine of aircraft. This is a simple one line statement. But if you see in the real scenario, it may take 100 years. Even in 100 years also it is not possible, because you don't have that type of resources, you don't have that type of technology, so you cannot do that. So we should make sure that our topic should be within our limit. You cannot make one engine, but surely you can make one component of the engine which is not performing good. You can make some changes and that is your work. So you have to pinpoint your work. That is called clearly defined and narrow down your topic. So this narrow downing is very important. Sometimes you are given a list of choices. Sometimes your faculty or your teacher may give some 10 or 20 list of the choices. In that you have to choose as per your expertise, your interest, in which you feel that you are comfortable. That only you have to take. Sometimes you have freedom to choose your own. Sometimes your faculty can give that you select your problem and let me know. Consider what was covered on the course. So you should always see that what course you have covered and in which course you are strong. Try to take your project in your strongest course. Then only you will be performing better. Follow your curiosity. Sometimes something which is not in your course, but you want to do something other, then you go for your curiosity and try to learn by the self-study for your curiosity how you can solve your problem. So like this you have to go step by step in this case. Now, doing the research, how you can go ahead to do the research. Start exploring the literature on your topic. So first you have to, from here you select and narrow down here your topic. Then you go start exploring the literature on your topic. So you have to start reading the literature, your articles, your books, journals, and all reliable sources. This is very, very important. Don't just go for anything which is available online. Don't go like this. This will give you a very false direction. So it should be a nicely reputed journals, reputed books, reputed YouTube channels only you have to follow. Consider a variety of perspective. For your solving a problem, there are number of ways, but you have to select few perspective which you can feel that yes, I can do in this area. Use your reading to inform your argument. So whatever you have read, it should be put in a picture. You should try to put the argument in a proper way. Keep notes of sources details and useful quotations. Keep notes of source detail. Always from where you have taken that paper number, journal, author's name. So title, author, journal name, volume, issue, page numbers, year of publication. This all things first you write, then you start your notes. Don't just start writing notes, otherwise you will forget. So keep notes of source details and useful quotation. In that source you have to write, and in this what are the useful quotations that you have to write. In this inverted comma you write the quotations of that work. That in this way you have to proceed ahead. Now we have the two types of sources. One is the primary and another is a secondary. So I am going to discuss one by one. The primary source provide direct first-hand evidence. Okay, so in primary source you will get direct all the informations like your books, your articles, your newspapers, your other materials is called the primary sources. Secondary sources provide commentary or analysis. The secondary source will give some small idea about detail of that thing. Okay, so like this it is called the secondary sources. So I will give the example of the primary sources. So we have the primary sources are interview, transcript. Somewhere some interview is taken from a scientist, from a very renowned person. They will always give a good thing. It may be interview from the channels, TV channels or radio channels or the newspaper or some other conferences and all. There is a debate, there is some discussion that you have to take as authenticated one. Work of arts or the literature, historical documents, any historical books and all, then statistical data. These are the primary source of any literature. This, like this, you can, if you find it is the primary source. The secondary source are journal articles. This I will give the suggestion that go for a peer-reviewed journals only. Okay, like SCI, Scopus, Web of Science, Q2 and Q1. This is the, I will recommend you should go for Q2 and Q1 only, not below in this. But don't refer any paper which are not in SCI, Scopus and Web of Science. This is my firm and my warning to all. Do not go if the journal is not indexed in SCI, Scopus or Web of Science. Then you have to go for scholarly books, and the publisher should be a good publisher only. Then only you have to go. Otherwise, there are so many books, they are fake, they are just for the academic score. People are just printing without any authentication. So do not read such type of books. Go for a authentic publisher and authentic writer also. Then you can go for reviews. Review papers are available, reviews books are available. Try to read only those books. So these are the secondary sources, and each researchers has to download these all things, or you have to purchase the books from the different sources and read it, and you will get the good information. Now evaluating credibility, it is called the CRAB test. Here how you can evaluate, and this is called the CRAB test. So C for currency, means it is latest, very current. So currency means not rupees, it is the current work. So is the information up to date? Means it is latest. So latest work has to be seen. If you are in the 2022, you should go within 5 years paper you have to see. Don't see 1965, 1883 and all. There is no use of reading so much old literature. I recommend only 5 years back. Back papers you have to read. Then relevance. You should not read like that because there are lakhs of literatures available in the online. Exactly matching with your research. Please read those papers only. You read only 20 papers are sufficient. Not more than that. Even I recommend only 10 papers latest. And then from there you will get the references back. There is no problem. Authority. Where it is published and who is the author. That is very, very important. So I have just now told you Scopus, SCI, Web of Science only, and also I will recommend Q1 and Q2 only. These are the quartile. So these are the top 2 quartile because this I got the Q3 also and the Q4. They are also good, but not very good. So try to read only Q1 and Q2 papers and only last 5 years. I told you it should be current. Accuracy, where does the information come from? You should make sure that the information which you are taking from where, and it should be from here only. These are the 3 things. If you are doing, there is a chances of fake in this also, but 90% it is correct. You will get the correct information. Purpose and also the author. If it is from a good university and good professor who is writing any paper, that will be in very high quality. There is no doubt in this. But they will only go for Q1, Q2. They will not go for less than that. So that is why I told you go only Q1, Q2. If you see any professor from IITs, NITs and some top universities, government universities, mostly they are writing good work. And also the foreign universities, top 200 universities, any professor or any researchers or any PhD students are writing some papers, you can make it is a authenticated one. Purpose, why was this information published? You should also see that why this paper was published. There will be one problem, that problem is solved in that paper. So like this you have to see that the work is done as per that requirement. Now the next step is formulating a thesis statement. So how to formulate a thesis statement or your problem statement. So it states your central argument. So you have to state 1 or 2 line your argument of why you are writing this. Answer your research question and how it is research questions are answered. Concise, continuous and coherent. Your writing should be concise. It should flow continuously and it should match from each other. Your paragraph should not be here and there. It should be very sequence. It should move. Guides your argument. And your arguments should be nicely guided so that people will feel very happy when they read your thesis. Outline your structure. So you have to outline your structure. So here you have to organize your thoughts, understand the flow of information and how ideas are related. Ensure nothing is forgotten. You make sure that whatever you are thinking, it should be organized in a proper way. It should be written in a proper manner. Understand the flow of information, how you are writing, is it okay or not, and how these ideas are related, and ensure that your thoughts are put there. It should not be missed from the place. Now I will go for the writing. So how you should start with the writing. So first thing of any writing work is abstract. If you want to write any paper, you will write first abstract. So how abstract should look like, how the abstract is written, and what are the parameters which are available in the abstract, that we have to see that. So an abstract summarizes usually in one paragraph of 200 to 250 words. The major aspects of the entire paper is prescribed in a sequence. Your whole paper should be summarized in a 200 to 250 words. And how it should go? This you can see that the overall purpose of the study and the research problem. First 1 or 2 lines should be the purpose of this study and what problem you are investigating. The basic design of the study. And then after that, how your study is moving further. Major findings are the trends found as a result of your analysis and what the result you are going to obtain. The next one is a brief summary of your interpretation and the conclusion. And the last one, a good informative abstract acts as a surrogate for the work itself. The researchers present and explain all the main argument and the important results and evidence. This has to be presented. So these are the 4 points which is to be presented in any. So in this, what is there? First is your purpose of the study and the research problem. That is in first 2 or 3 lines. Then how it is designed, the study. Then what finding and the result analysis. And last line should be its conclusion. So what is the final conclusion, which is, and this abstract should give the as a surrogate, means a small kid of your total work. So in this abstract, what should not be there? So that is also very important. In the first slide, I have told these 4 things should be there. But what should not be there? It is also very important that lengthy background or contextual information should not be there. Redundant phrases, unnecessary adverbs and adjectives and repetition information should not be there. It should not be very, very high language is not required. Acronyms or abbreviations are not required. Reference also should not be given like so and so, so and so. Students have indicated so and so, so and so. It should not be there. Using ellipticals like ending with or incomplete sentences should not be there. Jargon terms that may be confusing to the reader, citations to the other work, and any sort of images, illustration, figures, tables, or any other thing should not be there. So please make sure that these items should not be there in the abstract. Otherwise, your abstract will not be good. This I have given one example here. So how to write one paper. Here, experimental study of a dynamic stall control using deployable leading edge vertex generator. It should be heading in a 16 font times New Roman at the center. Then the name of the authors. Then the affiliation of the authors and their address. It should be there. Then you should start the abstract. This you can see a new concept of active dynamic stall control is proposed, designed and experimentally tested on a OAA 209 airfoil. So here is the first, your problem statement is mentioned. The active control principle is based on the leading edge vertex generation, all the methodology. Then at the last, if you see, the paper presents also optimization deployment laws that allows improving the duty cycle of the DVG activation while keeping significant reduction of the dynamic stall penalty. So this is the final conclusion which we have to write like this. This you have to make sure that you are writing your abstract like this. Next, writing the introduction. So next part of the any paper is the introduction. So what we have to write in the introduction? So what is your paper about? Introduction should be some nearly 1.5 to 2 pages. In that it should very smoothly, it should flow, and introduction should be very attractive and it should be very coherent. It should go one to one. Every paragraph should have one topic, and then after that the next topic should start in the next paragraph. So what is your paper about? Introduce the topic along with key terms and the ideas. Why is your paper worthwhile. Why you want to do this? Tell the readers that new insight you will offer. How will you make your argument? Then in the next paragraph, you start your argument. Why your work is good. Why the others they have done, you have mentioned. But how you are presenting your work. Give some signposting about the structure of the paper. So your structure in the last paragraph, you give the how the results and how the structures of your paper will go ahead. Now, writing the body. So several paragraphs are the sections we have to write. Each paragraph section covers one idea. Information presented in a logical order that serves your argument. Contains all your evidence and argument. Don't save anything for the conclusion. Okay, so everything you have to write, only conclusion, you should not wait that I will write in the conclusion. The conclusion is the final things which should be in 3 to 4 lines. So anything you should write in the body itself. Now for paragraph structuring, in each paragraph how we have to go ahead. Follow your outline. As per your outline which you have mentioned, as per that you have to go ahead. Keep your thesis statement in mind. Everything, whatever you write as per your statement, the heading of your paper, it should always, you should not go beyond your topic. You should be concentrate on your area of topic. Use topic sentences. Make effective transitions. The one paragraph to another, it should go very, very smooth way. One topic in one paragraph. Okay, like this you have to proceed ahead. Okay, then last one is the conclusion. For every paper you have to write the conclusion, and these conclusions are just your final outcome of your work. No new argument or evidence should be there. Summarize your argument and the center point. Reflect on limitations. Suggest area for further research. Last 1 or 2 lines should be the future scope and future how it can go ahead. That if you are writing, other person can work on that and your work will be very much cited if you are writing like this. So we have to do the first draft. In the first draft means it is a rough idea how you will write. Turn idea into argument. So first thing you have to, your idea which you have in your brain, you should try to write as an argument. Maintain forward momentum and your flow should be moving very, very nicely forward. Right now, perfect letters. Express yourself clearly. Whatever is in your brain, it should be clearly written. So every person who is reading your paper, they should be able to understand properly. Be prepared to be flexible, and it should be in such a way that next time if you feel that no, it is not correct, you should be right to readjust the words, sentences as per the requirement. Cite your sources. Anything which you have taken from anywhere, this has to be written in a parenthesis or in a bracket that you have taken from this. You can write name or this, you can give some numbers, and those numbers should be reflected in the references so that every work has to be cited if it is not yours. We should also do the revision of the, so first then you have to do the revision. Means you have to read some 2-3 times and you have to reframe it, recorrect it as and when it is required. In the revision, global concern and the fine-grained detail. So global means it is for everyone, for a long perspective, a bigger perspective, you should be there. So in this global concern, confirm that your paper completes every task specified in your assignment sheet. So just whatever you have made as my assignment sheet, it should be confirmed as per that. Check for logical organization and flow, perhaps.
So, this how many videos are? Third one.
So in this revision, we have to see that global concern. In this, confirm that your paper completes every task specified in your assignment sheet. Check for logical organization and flow of paragraphs. Check paragraph against the introduction and the thesis statement. So in this, every specified in the assignment sheet has to be rechecked that it is done or not. Check that everything organization of the paper is as per the organization which I have given, as per the flow is as per the requirement. Check paragraph against the introduction and the thesis statement. Every paragraph should be as per the introduction and the thesis statement. Then the final fine-tuned it is required. Check the content of each paragraph, making sure that each sentence helps support the topic sentence. No unnecessary or irrelevant information is present. All technical terms your audience might not know or identify. So any technical terms which is somewhat difficult to understand a new people, it should be clearly defined there itself, so that the audience should not feel bored. It should feel that yes, it is good work. No unnecessary or irrelevant information is required. Each sentence helps to support the topic sentence. In this way, your things should proceed. So these are the references which I have taken from the different places. And any questions you are welcome to ask. This is my email. YDDWIVED@gmail.com. This is my mail. Any questions related to today's lecture, you can ask, you can send mail to me, or you can comment in my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe, and it will be great if you do so. Thank you very much for joining my lecture. I will meet you soon for the next lecture. Till then, goodbye, see you, and happy Independence Day. For all Indians, this is 75th Amrit Mahotsav, the 75th Independence Day, and we all have to celebrate in a good way. I request all of you to take the Tiranga and go to the places and hoist your flag and enjoy this Independence Day, 75th Independence Day. Thank you very much, and happy Independence Day to all of you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.